Hello, my lovely watchers of my YouTube. How are you all getting on out there? It's now the 20th of January, right? 21st of January apparently is the luckiest day of the year to be born. So happy birthday out there to anyone who's having a birthday this week. Let me know if you feel as if you were born under a lucky star and as if you've had lucky things happen to you in your life. How lucky are you? And I had a thought this morning. Do you know what synchronicity is? I feel. It's a signs from the universe that the law of attraction is working. What do you think about that? How do you feel about those apples? Because I'm in two minds a lot about whether or not the law of attraction is real. I doubt it. Of course I do. I doubt it. I don't have any doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. Let's see if I can straighten this up a little bit. It's a bit wonky. There's no doubt in my mind that synchronicity comes from a higher intelligence. I'm not in any doubt about that. It's almost like your higher self knows that you need a little bit of guidance, knows you need a little bit of comfort, a little bit of support. Here you go, have this, have this, have this, right? That's how I feel about it. It's kept me going for a long, long time. Sometimes I've only had a couple of synchronicities happen a year, right? Now, when I look back and I look at those, I think, oh yeah, when I was in a low place in my life, when I was feeling sort of depressed or lonely or without money, I would only get a couple of coincidences a year, right? That I would notice. But of course, there can't possibly have only been a couple of coincidences happen, can there? It's just that you don't notice when you're feeling particularly low. And when you're feeling particularly high, they just flood in. But do they flood in because you're feeling high? Or do you notice them more because you're feeling better? We don't know. Don't really know. We don't know which way around that happens. But it just occurred to me this morning. Oh, it's signs that the law of attraction is working. Is that what it is? Is that very, very similar thing? Like the law of attraction is showing you where, this is the theory, you're aligned with all the things that you want to manifest in your world, right? You're aligned with joyful thinking, you're feeling better, you line up with things to feel even better about. And part of those things are things that make you feel joyful, makes you feel a little bit better, a little bit lifted. Now, if you say to yourself, and this is stupidly, I did this week, I was thinking about Neville Goddard and the Silver Ladders story. And I was thinking, well, I'm never going to be climbing up any silver ladders, right? I'm not ever going to be climbing up ladders. Just no. And I was thinking outdoor ladders because I don't mind climbing up ladders indoors, right? Don't mind one step, two step, maybe three. By the time you get up to four, you're sort of touching the ceiling, right? And it still does feel a long way off the floor, three steps up. But I was thinking, well, I'm not doing any decorating. I've got a whole house here needs decorating, but it's not happening yet because the bathroom needs doing. So silver ladders aren't going to come my way, are they? Now, I've had this conversation with myself before. I can remember doing a whole YouTube video about it. Whereas as soon as you mentioned silver ladders, I saw three sets of silver ladders being carried in front of me, right? Go on, I'll give you three guesses. What do you think happened this week with the silver ladders? As we speak, I've got two sets of silver ladders sitting opposite me. One set because I needed to take really dirty old curtains down and put a new set up, but I didn't want to spend loads of money on them. Like I'm not spending 50 quid on a pair of curtains, not even 50 quid, right? Now to some people that's not a lot of money. To me, that's a lot of money to be spending on temporary curtains because that window needs replacing. Now it might take a couple of years before that window is replaced, but still I don't want to spend 50 quid or more on a pair of curtains that aren't going to be there for that long, right? Does that make me tight? Probably does. Does it make me sense with money? Yes, it definitely does. And then I went into a Choice in Hadley where they sell all sorts of stuff that's broken, returned by Argos or something, I think it might be, or Next, maybe. Maybe it's people have bought things from Next and then they've returned them, they've not liked them for whatever reason. Now, I measured these curtains last week and I've got the measurements in my mind, thinking, yeah, it's a 72-inch drop and it's a 72-inch frame. It's square, but it looks rectangle. So strange. I'm not sure why I've come up with those numbers in my head because it can't be right, can it? Because it's rectangle. But I knew it was a 72-inch drop. I go to Next, Choice in Hadley. It's not Next, it's Choice in Hadley. And I'm walking around and I'm killing time, actually, is what I was doing, because while something was happening in the bathroom, I was outside, not being in with all the noise. And there were various things in there. There was like a little vest that somebody had taken one out of the packet, or only one had been sold or something. And that was just a vest for a couple of quid, which normally would cost 12 quid. I thought, thank you. A thermal t-shirt, like a lovely pink thermal t-shirt that I'm wearing now, which is like it's being sold as underwear, but honestly, it's a lovely wear it and I can wear it under any sort of jumper type affair. Another 3 quid. Right, thank you very much. Because January sales and it's Sunday morning. I'm there first because I'm early. And then I wandered to the back of the store where they have home stuff. Now, I'm not buying home stuff, right? Because this home is not being filled with clutter while it's being decorated. This is as cluttered as it gets, right? My stuff in my little corner. Actually, it's a lie. There's loads of clutter in the kitchen downstairs, and the bathroom is not in the bathroom. But there were some curtains at the back. Now, do you think there was a curtain that was the right size for this window? How many pairs of curtains do you think there were? I'll tell you, there were 2 pairs of curtains amongst the whole shelf. Whole loads and loads of curtains with all those eyelets in. I hate eyelets. I really despise eyelets as a way of holding up curtains. I just don't like it. Same way I don't like blinds. Every window here has got blinds and it makes me unhappy. They're coming down as soon as humanly possible. Apart from this window that I'm looking at, hasn't got blinds, hasn't got net curtains, but it has got those little curtain hooks. You know the little curtain hooks where you tab tops, they're called. It's got tab top curtains. There's a pair of tab top curtains, like 'cause everyone else loves the eyelets, so it's hard to get tab top curtains nowadays. And they were exactly the right size. And they were cream and white, and they look amazing, right? But I needed to put them up. So I got my little silver ladder, the little step ladder, just happens to be silver. It was in this house when I got here. I opened it up because my step ladder is white and it's downstairs, but upstairs, silver ladder. Opened up, stepped up, couldn't reach. It wasn't high, the window is too high for me to reach. Oh, I'm gonna have to get the ladders out of the bathroom where they were using to work. Go to the bathroom, I'm carrying these ladders, and literally halfway between rooms, I'm like, I'm going to be climbing up a pair of silver ladders because they're huge, proper ladders. Put them up. Like, no. Why did I even think that to myself that I was going to be not climbing up a ladder? And this is what the Neville Goddard thing says. Imagine talking yourself into doing it or not doing it. Either way, your mind is still visualizing all those things. So, like every time you think, oh, I don't want this to happen, you're activating that thought in your mind. And then voila, this, whatever it is, starts to happen. That like fear-based thinking. Isn't that a horrible thought that you can just create things with your fearful mind as well as your joyful mind? I know. And this, just going to say here, this is all theory. Put it to practice yourself. We don't want to scare the life out of people thinking that their minds are creating what is going on instantly, because it doesn't happen for everyone instantly, right? Now, also my mind is thinking, maybe in the back of my mind, I knew I was going to be changing the curtains and I knew I was going to be using the ladders, and that's why I started having the silver ladder thought, right? That's possible because it did occur to me, I want to get rid of those curtains. But that's as far as I got. Anyway, it came with all these little curtain hooks, right? 2 bags of those. So I got like 50 hooks. There are 50 little holes to put them in, but anyone that knows curtains knows that people make curtain rails only give you like 10 little hooks hanging off the curtain rails, and they're fixed in. There's no way of just adding to them. They're metal, these ancient ones. They've probably been there since 1910, right? And then my little jumper that I've got, this little thing that I bought from Next. Look at the symbol on it. Now, does that or does that not look like a curtain hook? Tell me it doesn't. Tell me it doesn't, because I know that it does. I'm like, yeah, that's right. That was meant for me, and that was meant for me. See? Law of attraction, synchronicity, signs that law of attraction is working for you and you're lining up. Let me just talk you through a few more of my photos because I'm trying to catch up since October. And in my last video, I think I did probably a week in October. Just before moving into this house, a crow flew in front of me, and I knew there's going to be something to cry about. There's going to be some good news happening, something happening. And then this house number is 118. So every time the number 118 showed up last year, I was like, oh yeah, that's going to happen then. Moved into this house, the gas meter was on 1101. And I didn't notice actually when that went over to 1118, but it will have done because I was right there, right, using the gas. But went shopping for a little knife to chop up the carpets because there were ancient carpets here, like felt like they'd been there since the 80s. Pulled up all the carpets, and underneath the underlay had turned into like powder. So it's like covered in green powder in one room, purple powder in another. I needed a knife to chop that up with, and came across the Stanley knives. And of course, the name Stanley is one of my friends who calls herself Stanley, and also one of my friends' dads was called Stanley when he was alive. And then making choices, and there's always choices to be made, isn't there? And there's a lot of choices to be made when you're doing works indoors. And it's like the choice between the steamers. I made a bad choice. I chose one that got it home, and it was like all in, the bits were missing. Like, okay, took it back and got the other one, which was an amazing steamer. It just took the wallpaper off really, really well. Picture of the stairs, taking the wallpaper off the stairs. Picture of the hallway, that's the carpet all piled up in the hallway. Waiting to go to the tip. And we did that, put it all in the car in little batches, took it down to the tip, took the paper off that wall. And that was the front room before it all got pulled apart. That's how the front room looked, with the fireplace in it. And the wallpaper still on the wall. And the archway. It's a beautiful arch. Everyone mentions the arch when they come in here. They go, that's a lovely arch, isn't it? And then that's the view out to the back garden with all the stuff getting ready to do some work and some decorating. It's the kitchen. View out the back garden. The garden is beautiful. If you look closely, you can see a pair of silver ladders out there. Looking at the damp situation. And that was the bathroom before we discovered the leak and the smell and the mess. And that's this room. And there's the silver ladders over there. That's this room on day one. And then there's a lovely park up the road, Chalkwell Park. I took a stroll up there. There's me doing some decorating. And there's always the sea to take a rest and have a little breather away from all of the decorating that is being done. That's pulling all the wallpaper off, showing my progress. There's the kitchen then with a flooring covering, nice brightly coloured naturally. Something polythene just to stop the dust a little bit, and then I decided to cover everything in coloured polythene. And then these shelves, my aloe vera plant there hasn't made it. It's nearly dead downstairs. There's only 3 little pieces of it left. It's a 16-year-old plant. Didn't like the move. I've overwatered it. Now it's trying to revive itself downstairs. That cabinet on the wall's come off. The shelves have come off. Underneath those shelves there was a safe. Under the stairs, decorating in the hallway, taking all the wallpaper off. It was a lot of work. It looks easy, doesn't it? But it actually was hours and hours of work, which is why I haven't been here. Last photo before I left the old place. When I got here, there was a Turkish restaurant at the top of the road. And if I told you that I went in there, had nice coffee, lovely breakfast, and I went to go in there again and it closed down, would you believe me? Right, this is me not complaining, just letting you know what's been happening. It's me messing about in the smallest room. And then spotting some wild mushrooms overlooking the cliffs and the seafront. Sunrise, misty morning. This was sometime late October, early November. This is the main room upstairs. There's a telly, my bird of paradise plant, my little lamp, and a picture that my friend in Turkey painted. Oh, it's protection. I see that as a picture of protection. This is just stuff that's coming together. In the Turkish restaurant, cafe at the top of the road, this was their tap. It's like a gold swan or something. Look at that. It's impressive, isn't it? And then living in a room. Can't show you that. It's just dire. And this is me trying to build an office amongst all of the chaos on my work table before I actually started working here. And then it did start growing. Putting it all back together. Downstairs, the wallpaper coming off the wall. That's gone now. That's all gone. All gone. All taken off. And then I went into McDonald's. And there's a little black cat. I remember I used to take pictures of black cats because I used to see them all the time. That seems much now. And again, are we back to thinking whatever it is that you're thinking about, that is what shows up? It's a little shed that's got 2 glass panes missing, waiting for something to take up residence in the shed in the cold. There's another job to be done. Every room has got work to be done, and that's the bathroom when everything was pulled out and all the floorboards had to come up and be replaced. There's my little white step ladders downstairs. And then I went into Aldi or Lidl, whatever it is that's at the top of the road. I think it's an Aldi. And I bought some Coke and some carrots. Don't ask me why. Why would I buy Coke and carrots? I don't know. I think I was just like, my mind was going, I've got so much to do. I'm not focusing. Why would I need carrot? I know I'm gonna pick up some healthy snack. I'll have some carrots, but I need to wash it down with some Coke. £1.18, 118. Now you couldn't make that up, could you? This house is 118. The amount of times that little 118 has come up, and then I think that was a robin or something. Little video of a robin that I saw in the gym. The bathroom with some mat on the floor that we got from B&Q to try and protect the floorboards. Oh yeah, the new floorboards. Look, the new floorboards went down half of the bathroom. Still looking at me doing some work. Silver ladders again with my ovals hanging on them. Halfway up, wallpaper hanging off. The wallpaper pulled off. This is me. Sometime, 4th of November. There we go. I'll stop on 4th of November and I will try and catch you up with the rest of it as we go. I'm going to put these on every week. So even though I record them every day, I'm going to schedule them to go on every week. Trying to maintain some consistency. 2025. Now, dear lovely people out there, if you've got any thoughts about the idea that synchronicity could be indications that the law of attraction is working for you, let me know about that idea. Take care. Bye for now.